Hey Leo, it's your girl Javy. Hi, Priestess. Here with the general tarot reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Whew! Leo, ruled by the Sun, a constant pushing forward, a constant moving onward, drive. Ooh, my little flames. Your flame may feel a bit dampened right now with the Sun in Cancer, and that's okay. And throughout this season, Saturn leaves Aquarius, that's across from you, and goes back into its other ruling sign, its home, Capricorn. And so there may be this loss of structure that's possible. That's manifesting in some external level. You emotionally, there may be a lack of emotional structure, maybe even a lack of like physical structure, a changing of home, a moving, or having to restructure how you do things in general. But this next week is going to be pretty intense for you guys. The Sun squares Chiron in Aries like tomorrow, and there is an opportunity to heal something, an opportunity to see a wound, maybe an opportunity to see some shit about yourself that you really need to pay attention to or shift or change. There is a struggle of the old self with the new self, and especially for my Leo suns and actually Leo moon. Really, like, this is all y'all, anybody with heavy Leo placements. There is we all are feeling a big shift, so I can't just say, oh, it's just you guys feeling a big shift, though you would love that. And yes, that's shade. I know that and that's something that's also like, you may want something to be all about you that isn't anymore. And these cards are being awfully reticent, so it may be something that you are struggling to talk about. Things you're struggling to face, losses that you're struggling to face, struggles that you're struggling to face. Thank you. First card out, but you shall overcome. Though you may be in defense mode, there may be like some haters, but the angst goes down. The intensity lessens from the Seven of Wands to the Three of Wands. Excuse me for being shaky. And there is a turning your back on some haters, turning your back on some things, turning your back on maybe some passions, turning your back on some connections, because there's just, you're figuring out your how. There is a Mars moves into Aries, and there is a desire to like, how are we doing this? All these people are like talking, and I'm hearing all these things, I'm feeling all these things, I'm not sure about what I'm doing, but I know that I want to do something, I know I want to move forward. You feeling yourself on higher ground, and that stabilizes things. Like, really do balance out. Going from the 7 to the 3, there is a leveling out, an easing, a relief. But it comes with practicality, like really figuring out what it is that you want to grow, what seeds that you want to grow. Some of you have seeds that you've put into the ground, investments that you've made that it feels delayed. They're not moving as fast as you want to. There is a lot of anxious or anxiety in your awaiting of whatever this is for you. An investment not yielding a return, or not yielding the return you expected, or not yielding a return as fast as you had hoped. While up until July 12th, if you can avoid like entering into a contract or making some really big like purchase, if you can avoid it, I would. The cards like in the Mercury retrograde, I would just wait until July 12th before you go like spending any money or planting any new seeds. Those of you who have a business or something, it's like there are supplies or something that you're not using. Like some of you need to enforce like, I'm not buying anything new for this business or this job or this house or whatever it is that you're trying to create. It's like there's enough here. I have what I need here that I'm not using or I'm not investing in. Like you don't need to buy, like, no more new clothes. If you have clothes that like going through your clothes and getting rid of what you don't like, making something new from something old, getting creative, and that's going to manifest for everybody differently. But for some it may not be clothes, but it's just like, don't go investing everything into a new relationship right now. Don't go just because there's like a lot that you're already invested in that you're not dealing with, that you're not handling the best. So like, don't dig yourself into a deeper hole. The Fool, Queen of Cups, Judgment reversed. And it's funny, I was just about to say this. The Sun sextiles, where is this? Yeah, the Sun sextiles Uranus in like 2.5 days. And there is a new beginning, a new adventure, a new opportunity. And we're going to look at this one. We'll clarify it, but it's like, are you doing what's really on your heart? Are you really like saying how you feel? Are there things that you need to just like, you need to get off the fence about? Like also my dread, like it's something like there may be a constriction, but when the Sun is sextiles Uranus, there is just an unexpected beginning, something new. There may be an Aquarius coming in, an Aries coming in a soft way, in an emotional way. A water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or someone with those heavy placements coming in and being really emotionally present with you. Some of you may be having conversations, like having a tough conversation that you don't want to have. Also, yeah, it's like, I feel like someone who cares about you, or not even cares about you, but someone who knows you or has seen you is like really about to like point out how you like aren't really taking the best care of yourself, or there are opportunities for you to take better care of yourself, opportunities for you to experience abundance, opportunities in regards to a new business. But it's like there are things that you need to say that aren't being said. Also, there may be some hurtful confrontations that take place with a water sign or a Taurus or a Libra. Also, if those of you are like, if there's like a pregnancy or something, like there's like a delay on telling people, like you may not want to tell people. I would say there are like, just wait on it before you, if there's like any kind of, pregnancy thing, don't go like telling everybody tomorrow. But the most important thing is recognizing your abundance, recognizing your power, leaning into taking care of yourself. It's like, are you actually really taking care of yourself? That's something like, and how can you improve upon that? How can you provide yourself stability and trust that things will go as they're planned as long as you start to speak your truth? There is a truth that needs to come out. And bottom of the deck is death. And that may be in regards to an ending or a transformation. Or for some of you, I'm sorry to say, like maybe there's even like a miscarriage or something that takes place that you really may need to like grieve or face or handle. But let's go ahead and get into it. All right, Leo, let's get into it. This death card here at the bottom of the deck. It's really important that we pay attention to the things that you know you need to let go of. While I'm harping on that, I'm going to go ahead and ask for clarification on the Seven of Wands. What does Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising really need to stand up for? What do they need to stand up for this Cancer season 2020? Please clarify what they need to stand up for. Woo! Your pace. Your ability to move when, how, and whenever the fuck you want to. Your healing is not on a timeline. Your shadow work is not on a timeline. There is a shadow, a dark side of you, a darkness that needs to be mounted, and you are in the present, or in the process of doing that right now. There are a lot of people maybe pointing out said darkness. A lot of people pointing out your slowness or your reluctance, your hesitancy, just that you may not be moving as quickly as people want you to. And that's because you don't want to do it the way that you've always done it. And you're in the midst of a transformation that you really need to pay attention to. And there are parts of yourself that you are turning your back on. Please clarify the Three of Wands. What does Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising need to? What do they need to turn their back on? Please clarify. Three of Wands. And you really are to appreciate, turn your back on the loop that you're in. Recognizing the loop. There may be like a sexual, a loop in regards to your sexuality, or a cycle that you're in, something that you don't like to look at, you don't like to talk about. Also, it comes up, this may be strange, but there may be like a BDSM like kind of situation that or thing that you may be taking too far, or that you need to get yourself out of, that you need to cut off. There's something that may be dark and just toxic about it, and you or there maybe you're around practitioners who don't have the right intentions, but that's of course for a small few of you who fuck around that way. And just acknowledge the loops that you're in, the things that don't feel good to look at. What aren't you looking at? What are you vacillating about? What cycles do you just keep seeing repeating? And take your time, slow and steadily, turning your back on whatever darkness is connected to, whatever darkness that is connected to your root or sacral, things, of that realm. Taking and really empowering yourself. There is a leaning into even the solar plexus energy with this yellow, needing to lean into your willpower because this is willful blindness. Don't use your willpower the wrong way. Don't use your willpower for the wrong reasons. Use it to fucking see, not to keep yourself blinded. And once you remove the blindfold, you move forward and you set your ships to sea. You really get busy getting shit done, even though you may have been doing it the wrong way or going about it the wrong way for a while. There is a new start, a new beginning, and new faith that gets restored. Please clarify the Seven of Pentacles reversed. What does this Leo Sun Moon Rising, what investments need to end? What things do we need to stop investing in? Please clarify. Seven of Pentacles. There may be some energy with an Aries or an Aquarius that you need to stop investing in, that you, or a fire sign, that in general, someone with heavy fire placements that you need to quit investing in, or that you have you invested the wrong energy so far, and new energy needs to be a new perspective, a new way of being, a new level of presence and mindfulness needs to be exerted and reflected externally towards this situation. But what do we need to not invest in anymore? Please clarify the Seven of Pentacles. There's something that is giving you a lot of anxiety. Your own fucking power. I'm telling you, there's something about like you have everything you need. Stop buying stop buying new shit. Stop buying things that you don't need. Stop reaching out for connections or new beginnings that you don't need. Stop. Understand that you have what you need. And also, when Mercury goes direct on the 12th, something new starts. 1-0. There is a new beginning, a new cycle. Hopefully this cycle gets broken. Please clarify the Fool. For the Fool, I want to ask, what does Leo need to have faith in? What do they need more faith in? What do they need to take a risk on? What do we need to trust in? I feel very strongly that also, like, when Saturn leaves Aquarius, there is a heightening of emotionality for you in an unexpected way. Let's clarify the Fool. What do they need to trust in? What requires faith? What do we need to invest our faith in? Woo! That's interesting. You're healing. Have faith that you're hurt and your pain is with purpose. 3, 3, 3. 13. Some of you who are in, it's like you're in, interesting. Some of you may be turning away from a situation with a Capricorn, or a Capricorn may not be acting right, but also this is Saturn. I was just talking about Saturn going into back into Capricorn. There may be a Capricorn in your life that just don't act right, or an Aquarius in your life that isn't acting right. And this pain that you feel, this new beginning, this leaving, this fresh start, the sun on your back illuminating your way, there may be a fleeing of pain, of a painful situation, but you're stepping into freedom. choose freedom over feeling bound, or like if there's a commitment that your whole heart isn't in, don't like fuck around with it. If there is, someone with heavy Capricorn placements in your life, don't fuck with their heart, because they are really hurting and they're dealing with a lot of pain, and they're trying to get freedom from their pain as well. And so use, yeah, and especially anybody that's super like introverted, maybe anybody that has any Virgo placements, there is a doing it on your own, a cutting of ties, a going your own way, an introspection that's required, a finding of your light that's required, and leaning into what you're really passionate about and being fucking focused on it. Like, there is this pulling, there's just a refocus, a leaving, a refocus of like just not playing games anymore. And with this Judgment reverse, there may be like a really intense doubting of your passions, doubting of your crafts, doubting of your creativity. Please clarify, Judgment reverse. Maybe or judging other people too harshly, a lack of self-awareness, a lack of spiritual awareness, a lack of connection to the divine. There's some of you know a very specific truth that you refuse to listen to, something that you're not heeding. And also maybe some of you have like experienced some loss. There may be like a miscarriage, or a pregnancy termination, or something that you don't want to talk about, but you need to talk to somebody. But you may not need to tell everybody, but you need to talk to someone. And those, whoever that is for. And you are still able to access that abundance within you. You still have access to that abundance, regardless of whatever you choose to keep a secret. But with Judgment reverse, there could be possible stagnation, just poor judgment, hasty judgment, just not illogical trains of thought. There's just judging yourself or others too harshly. Some of you also just maybe being really cautious. But let's see what this is. Please clarify, Judgment reverse. But it's like some of you, it's like you heed a call on your life that you're not listening to. It's like, I don't want to do that. Not right now. But you know in your heart of hearts that that's what you need to do. Please clarify the Judgment. How does this Judgment? Page of Wands. So starting small. New messages coming in, new passions, and maybe a new relationship with yourself. Queen of Wands. This is Leo energy. And whenever you step into your power, into your purpose, there is a recalibration. There are decisions that are made. Please clarify the Empress. And harmony released. Also, whatever decisions, big decisions you feel faced with, really don't make shit hastily. Don't move quickly into decisions. You really need to take some time, take a beat, and really look at the future. Lean into the future when it comes to, just don't think about like what feels good right now or whatever it is, but like really think about what really think about the day-to-day. And the Three of Cups clarified the Empress. So yes, some of you have a new business, have like a good bump in business this month, and you're in some entrepreneurial pursuits. There's some of you could experience a promotion, just something that you, or a pregnancy, like I said, something that you're excited about. But make sure that you appreciate the shit that you have and that you're not stuck in the past. And ooh, bottom of the deck, the Emperor. Know that Mars in Aries is about to fuck everyone's plans up, because you're going to want speed. You're going to want to do it now. You're going to do it your way. And make sure that you make good, proper use of this fiery energy. That you harness it in a way that you provide yourself really, that you're equally yoked in your partnerships, that you are experiencing and requiring reciprocity and mutuality. All right, I'm gonna just keep going, because because don't let no bullshit get order of the chaos. Educate yourself. I love you guys. We got this. Mwah.